Dude, you really think that we don't have an option? We always have an option. It's called banding together and starting a revolution. You know, we're long overdue for one, considering the state of our economy and the state of our politics and everything like that. Like we're long overdue. Like we're probably gonna have a civil war before we even have a world war. And the civil war is going to affect the entire world because the entire global economy is like almost completely dependent on the US dollar, which is backed by literally nothing. It's fucking paper. It's not even fucking real. It's an illusion. Like, it's bullshit. You mean to tell me that I have to work 2 to 3 jobs just to fucking support myself in an economy where rent is $2,000 a month, groceries are banding well over 1,000, and to top it all off, like, I have kids, bro. Like, no. Gen Z has more things on their plate, and I'm not even accounting for millennials. Millennials are also sick of the bullshit. I could tell you a little something about millennials because I'm right at the beginning of Gen Z. I was born in 97. But like I grew up a lot around millennials, and literally all of us are sick and tired. Those millennials at the beginning of like when they were graduating, literally were dealing with the Great Recession where there were no jobs available, and literally people with 20 years of experience were fighting with high school graduates to get jobs, basic jobs. And then Gen Zers, they get out of high school and the first thing that happens is a global pandemic where everything's shut down and literally inflation is skyrocketing and the country's doing barely anything to support the citizens and literally screwing people left and right. The health insurance isn't even a freaking right. Like, it's not even a right. So we're sitting here getting sick and dying left and right, and there's barely anything being done. Like, people were struggling and still are struggling. We're dealing with the after effects of a pandemic and the country is not supporting its people. You really think that anyone in millennial or Gen Z generations wants to fight for this country? Hell to the fuck no. And I'll tell you why. Not just because of that, but because of the fact that this country has left and right screwed us over. We vote for certain things to be put in place, like the medical marijuana stuff here in Florida, and literally the country, this state has been fighting back against that shit. Not to mention, this country is underfunding medical research into specific conditions that are affecting a widespread amount of people. You mean to tell me that you think that Gen Z is gonna fight for this shit? No. Maybe in one of the other countries in the UK and maybe in Europe, yeah, maybe they would be willing to fight in a war and accept a draft, but not here. Not here. I gotta pay my rent, bro. You guys aren't gonna pay me enough to pay my rent. You got me fucked up. I'm not going to war. Ain't nobody in my generation going to war. Literally, most of us are dealing with mental illness because of the effects of our parents raising us and the state of the economy because our parents were freaking suffering. Like, dude, this ain't the same freaking United States that we grew up in, bro. My mom raised 4 kids on $9 an hour. I make 15. I have 2 kids. I can't even afford to have a place. Nah, I'm not fighting for this fucking country. And every other person in my generation probably is the same freaking feeling anyways, because we're all tired. We're all tired. There's no work-life balance. There's no healthcare. There's no parental leave. There's no help with childcare. Food is unaffordable. Inflation's not being combated. Like, rent prices are out of freaking control. Freaking car insurance, or don't even get me started on car insurance. You think I want to fight for this country that mandates freaking scams left and right? Gotta pay for car insurance and it doesn't even go towards fixing my actual car? Nah, bruh. I'm not fighting for this country. And most of this generation is so well educated because we grew up in the digital age. So we know a lot because we're constantly researching. You don't think for a second that we don't see another option? There is another option. It's called saying fuck no. You think they're going to drag all 68.6 million Gen Zers to war? We going to be kicking and screaming.